Welcome to week 4 of hymn playing. This week I'm going to focus on the right hand. So last week we did the left hand, the week before we did your role as a pianist, and the first week we did chording. So this week I'm focusing primarily on the right hand. There's a lot of different things that you can do with the right hand. And the first thing that you can do to make it sound more full is that you can add octaves. Okay, and then as you get better and better, you can start adding more chord notes into the octave. So I would just start out with the main octave when you're first doing it. So instead of playing you're going to do your octaves on that. Good to do too, because as you do it and as you start out, you notice that it's going to make your hand tired. It's going to make your hand tired. It's going to make your wrist tired, because octaves do make your hand tired. I feel like my left one is probably a little stronger than my right when it comes to playing octaves in piano, just because I do a lot of octaves with my left hand already. So, start adding those octaves in, and then you can also start adding in more of the chord notes as you do it. So instead of, you can add in, that way, then I'm doing 4 notes with that octave. Okay, so just start adding in the notes as you get better and better. Another thing that you do is you can take this top note, the C, that tenor note, you add that C into this, and then that makes it more full. And you can also octave that. So instead of G and E, you would add in that top note, which is that C, G and E, C. That's way more full than just, you're adding that top tenor note in. Okay, so that adds a lot more fullness to it as well. Remember, fullness is what you're going for. Another thing I like to do with the right hand, and this all just comes down to plain old improvisation, I like to kind of make up different kind of melodies and things with my right hand as I go. I think it makes it sound more interesting. I don't really know how to describe what I do with my right hand a lot of times. Sometimes I'm just kind of doing some different arpeggios in the right hand. Arpeggios, remember, once again, is a broken chord. So I will do a lot of different broken chords. I'll do runs in the right hand. Like I said before, anytime that you have a half note, a dotted half note, you want to try to fill it in. You don't want to just make it be the same all the time. You want to change things up, but you don't want any dead space as well. So page, let's go to 479. I'll show you what I mean. All right, so this is I am resolved to no longer linger. And a lot of times I will do things like this. How I added that run in the right hand. It just made it a lot more interesting. If I don't do it in the right hand, then I'll do it in the left. Something like, all right, so I'll do something like that. Let's see, let's find another song that I can show you some more things with the right hand. Here's When I See the Blood. I like to do just different things. Instead of playing, that's the most basic that you can play, okay? Some of those half notes, I added some runs coming down in the right hand. So you always just want to look for different things that you can do. There's Power in the Blood is where I cross the page. This is a fun one for doing a lot of different chords in the right hand going up. Another thing is just chording. Like on the chorus here. There's another run. chords going up. Here's save, saved. Save, saved is a fun one to do. You want to do some chords going up. In that one, I was doing a little bit of more. I was adding more. This is the arrangement right here. It's a 6/8 time. So you're going to be holding those out for quite a bit. Okay, three beats each. 3 beats each. I can talk right. So you want to add something. I'd add a lot of the broken different notes in the chord into my right hand. So let me show you again. If you missed it the first time. In the left hand as well as I'm doing it. But as you see, I was adding in, okay, just some different notes into that basic chord. So that's another thing that you can do with the right hand. I don't even know all that I do with the right hand. Every song is different, but I do know that I don't sit. I don't sit on the half notes. I don't sit on the dotted half notes. I do something, whether it's with my left hand doing a run, whether it's with my right hand adding more octaves. You know, Ship Ahoy. This is a really cool song that you can do a lot with, especially the arpeggios in the right hand. Let's go right into the chorus where those arpeggios are. In the right hand on that one. Obviously, arpeggios are the way to go for most of the songs. You can do a lot of arpeggios going up, just like I'll Fly Away. I'm just flipping to random songs in here. You can apply this to any hymn that you're doing. You can do the chords. Sometimes I'll start in the middle C, but then on the second verse, I'll move my hand up an octave. Then for the third verse, you can even do it down low in the bass clef. Like, let me find It Is Well With My Soul, and I'll show you what I mean. It Is Well With My Soul, 375. So, in the verse, you know, my sin, oh, the bliss of this glorious thought, that is a heavy thought. So you could even go, you could take your left hand lower. Possibilities for it, but once again, you're going to want to add to the right hand, so you can do that. You can move around in the octaves as you're playing. I started out low because it's talking about sin, but then it gets a lot more majestic as you move into my sin is nailed to the cross. So you want that part to be majestic, and when you want majestic, you want lots of octaves. You want to fill in those octaves with different notes, and I usually play the more majestic things higher on the keyboard. So I hope that helps. I'm going into 10 minutes, so I want to wrap it up. Tell me some ideas of things that you do to make the right hand sound better. I would love to hear your suggestions. If you have questions, please let me know. I will try to answer them. I hope I did a little bit. I like to show you how I play and how I add things more than explain it. I feel like a lot of times this is just from years and years and years of playing and figuring things out, listening. Remember to be listening to the style that you want to imitate or copy. It's not bad learning things from other people. So listen to them, try to imitate, really learn your chords and your scales, because that's going to help you just go further in this. They are very foundational to learning all the different hymn styles and things that come along with it. So I hope you enjoyed this. Like and share, and ask me any questions down below, and I will definitely answer. And I look forward to doing another one next week. Bye.